Hi, my name is Phil Jensen. I'm Head of Client Success with Search Machines. And this is a quick overview of our award entry with Mr. and Mrs. Smith. We've been working with Mr. and Mrs. Smith hotels since 2017, and in those first 3 years, we saw phenomenal growth. We increased their revenue going through paid search by 10 times in that time period, and that at a positive ROI. And then COVID happened, and we got to do the whole thing all over again. And so by Q1 2022, revenue was actually not just back at pandemic levels, but actually exceeding pre-pandemic levels. So the question then is, how do you grow an account which you've already done a huge amount of optimization on? You know, the keywords were great, the ads were great, we had fantastic landing pages that Mr. and Mrs. Smith had created. You know, it really was well set up. Well, we thought there was an opportunity around bidding. We were using target CPA to achieve an ROI target. And really, value-based bidding should work better. But whenever we tested it, the value-based bidding didn't win. It was always target CPA that won. But we had a theory why that was. Mr. and Mrs. Smith hotels were just too nice. So you can get a night stay at a Mr. and Mrs. Smith hotel for £100. They're great value. You can also get great value stays for £10,000 a night. And both of those can be in the same country. And so that introduces massive volatility in the average booking value that is going through those campaigns. And that causes a huge challenge for value-based bidding. But also, we thought it probably was causing problems for target CPA bidding as well. And so we did some analysis. We grouped all the hotels together by their average booking value, all the way from £300 up to £3,500. And what you can see is a really clear correlation. The lower the booking value, the lower the ROI, and equally the higher the booking value, the higher the ROI. And actually, both of those are a problem, and they point to a problem actually with how Google's bidding works. It bids to an average. You can see that actually most of the value is flowing through one bracket, which is around about the £900 to £1,000 mark, and that happens to lie right on our ROI target. But within those campaigns, there was massive over-delivery and actually there was massive under-delivery, and both of those are a problem because when we overbid on low-value properties, we lose money. But equally, when we underbid on high-value properties, we're losing volume. We could be getting more of these amazing transactions that are, thousands and thousands of pounds, and that wasn't happening. So what we decided to do was just a completely radical overhaul of how the campaign structure worked. We grouped them together not by geography, but by their average booking value, from £300 up to £2,100 plus. Now that is a radical change in an existing account, so we very carefully rolled this out, first with the account structure, and then with the ROAS bidding and testing that. And it worked. And so by the end of November, we were well set to test this new structure in the January 1st booking surge, which we were all looking forward to. But the big question was, could we beat the Q1 2022 numbers? That would be the COVID bounce back quarter. That was going to be no mean feat if we were going to achieve that. Well, the results were absolutely fantastic. We saw a 25% increase in revenue year on year, up from 3.1 million to 3.9 million. The ROI increased also by 15% because the client had asked us to increase the ROI target. And interestingly, we also saw the average booking value jump from £918 up to £1,139. And so what we can see from all of this is that this new campaign structure is really unleashing the value within the account, is really surfacing it and enabling us to acquire it in a much more efficient way. So we reran the analysis that we had done previously, and I love this chart. I just think it just shows exactly how it has worked. In the purple, you've got the existing analysis that we did with the original geographic structure, and with the turquoise circles, you can see the new campaigns that we had set up, these 7 brackets. And a couple of things really leap out. You can see just how even that ROI delivery is across all of those brackets. It's really steady. They're all within about 10% of the target. And actually, the only one that isn't is the lowest value bracket. And actually, we've been asked to give that a lower target anyway. The other thing that we can see is that the value is much more evenly spread across these brackets as well. And that means that it's not all being shunted down to one bracket, which is around about the £900 to £1,000 mark. It's actually, we're able to get many more of these high value transactions, which is why the revenue went up. And it's also why the average booking value has gone up as well. This has been such a joy to work on with Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's been fantastic to see these results being delivered for them. And this is how we have transformed their hotel advertising in the last year. I hope you enjoyed listening. Thank you so much for your attention.